Hi everyone, my name is Elton Ivan Alvarez Escalera and I would like to present to you the history of translation. It started with the ancient Rome. Um, it started in the transferring activities, that means implicit to explicit from Greek to Roman. The Romans brought the idea that translation is not carried out by finding equivalence between words. Instead of that, finding the translation between meaning to meaning, not only the words in a literal way. So the translation in Rome refers sense by sense, which I already mentioned, meaning to meaning. Now, to talk about the modern approaches to translation, one of the most transcendental is Ezra's found translation of Chinese poetry. He became famous in the 1920s, and he insisted on the necessity to translate not only the meaning, uh, we have to translate also the rhythm, the diction, and the movement. And we have to forget about the stilt, awkward, scholarly, literal translation because that will make not to find any kind of motivation for our learners, for example, and we have to find a way to translate everything that we are trying to say. As I already mentioned, the rhythm, the diction, and the movement. Another outstanding character in this period was Quine. He wrote a book which name is Word and Object in the 1960s, and presenting the idea that there is no such thing as equivalence. So it does not matter at which level we posit the existence of equivalence. If it's word for word, phrase for phrase, a sentence for sentence, there will always be a problem referentially and indeterminacy. So we have to look for um, that meaning in order to make it clear. So this is the point which he emphasizes in his book, and it's a great idea for our learners. Another character, it's Eugene Nida. Uh, Eugene Nida is the authority on the Bible translation, which was something very very difficult for the time. And Nida believes that there can be a science of translation. Uh, in literature can be a science of translation, and he proposes some kind of meaning underlying the original text, which is accessible to the translator. So he tried in that time to translate everything in order to make ideas clearer uh, for the Bible, because there are a lot of terms in Bible which are not sometimes like literally in one language to another. So he studied more than 1,000 words in order to make clear the idea of the original Bible to the English language. Now, talking about the translatability, it's we have to mention that the translation is a science. We already checked with Eugene, is that it was a science, and it has gone through the same process as literature before literary studies were accepted as a science. And translation is an art or a skill and difficult to analyze except with the help of new cognitive theories. And the notion of translation is used to refer to a variety of different phenomena, and not conscious exist as yet as to what existing definitions refer to. And finally, it is important to mention that we as teachers have the responsibility to make some activities for our learners in order to make this idea of translation easier for them. Um, for example, we have an activity that can help in a classroom, such as we can take we can take groups of learners, work on translating different sections of a text, and then regroup to connect together their parts into a full text with a suitable connection language. This will help uh, by looking for synonyms in different words that they cannot find, for example, in a dictionary. The learners, another activity that we can manage is when the learners bring examples of L1 language in their own country or L2 in another country for discussion and translation. The signs can be particularly interesting. This can also be done by sharing materials via group emails. Another activity, the learners have to bring a short text or proverbs or poems and present them to the class, explaining why they like them. And this is also used for translation. And we have to mention that that the use of the dictionary would help a lot in our classroom work because they could find new words, new synonyms that they don't know. So we have to put into practice that in order to get well awareness. Thanks for the attention. These are my references, and I hope you like the presentation. Goodbye.